Alrighty, hi everybody, 01 of 1 here, here for another video. So, in the last video we were making a large grid vehicle using the vector thrust system with 4 large atmospheric thrusters. And it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all. One, it seems like the vector thrust program does not work properly with just hinges. And so then I decided to go with rotors instead. And so then I threw on some rotors and wasted several thousand motors because if the large atmospheric thrusters hit anything, like even just a little tap, they explode and you lose all of your pieces and parts. So that happened quite a few times. Not fun, by the way. And when I finally did get it working somewhat, it was over there. I flew over there to where the abandoned ship was. And I found out that the other one disappeared. So the one that was farther up disappeared. But the one that was down there, I got all of those pieces out and kind of got all that out of there. But like halfway through when I was mining, or not mining, but tearing it down or whatever, for some stupid reason or another, I was just like floating in like midair, right? Like not moving, not doing anything. And then all of a sudden, the rotor that's holding one of the thrusters just explodes. And I'm like, what the F? So then the whole thing just plummets down. I crash on top of the ship that I'm trying to, take apart. And so at that point, it's like, okay, this wasn't supposed to happen. This is like a physics glitch or something like that. So, I went and I restarted, loaded up from a previous save. And the thing is that with the vector system, I guess, like when you first load into the game, it doesn't automatically start, right? So immediately what happened upon loading that backup was I fell again. And then everything blew up again because the thrust script wasn't running. And on that save, I was only like 20 feet above the wreck or whatever. So there's not enough time for me to like click a button and have, the thrusters kick on and like prevent the thing from falling before it crashes. I tried doing that a couple times too. Didn't work. So at that point, I just decided to load even farther back to one where I hadn't even taken off from over there yet. And I took the whole thing apart. I just took it apart. The vector thrust program or the script, it doesn't work well enough for me to feel comfortable using it, I guess is the way that we can put that. So instead, I decided to make just a more standard version of a ship. And so then I came up with this guy. And I did a little bit of decorating, so he looks a little fancy. He's got 3 tier 2 batteries, and they're all being charged right now. It's not a very big ship. It does have a couple of landing pads here. It also has a piston with a magnetic plate in the back. It has 2 regular thrusters for reverse, 2 regular thrusters for forward. It has 1 large thruster right here for your downwards. And then for the right and left, I just have the 1 thruster, which is up there for each side. I don't really need to be able to strafe, really, really quickly or anything like that. So just having the 1 there is good. And then another thing that I kind of figured is that with the large grid build and repair systems, the storage that you have inside of that is equivalent to one of these, a large grid small cargo container, which is in my playthrough, it's like 15,000 kilograms or liters or something like that. Okay, that's just meters. Okay. Yeah, so they have a lot of storage already. And if you think about it, the large storage container in my small grid platform ship is the same as a small cargo container on the large grid. So that over there is also 15,000, but the storage inside the build and repair units is only like 500. So with this, what I ended up doing is I have 4 build and repair systems in here. You can't see them because they're kind of inside. And then I also have 3 of the small cargo containers, and that gives me 7 times 15 is, it's almost 100,000 kilos of potential storage. And the interesting thing with that is this thing can't actually support all of that. So I can load this thing up about halfway to like a quarter to a halfway, like 3/8 of the way, somewhere in there, and it'll fly fine. Once I get to over half, then moving gets really, really, really hard. And the ability for this thing to actually move up and down decreases substantially. So basically I have to be extremely careful and not overfill this thing, because it will fall out of the sky. Or if I don't continually press the space bar to move up, then it'll eventually fall. And because it's so heavy, it can't actually offset the speed of you falling. So it takes you like 100 yards or something, 200 yards to actually slow down once you start falling. So it's kind of annoying, but let's take a quick look inside. Why am I getting so many meteors? I'm pretty sure I'm not on Armageddon mode, but I don't know, it's whatever. So we'll go inside here, and just a nice little cargo, or not cargo, but pressurizing whatever thing, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But as you can see inside here, we are pressurized. And this goes directly over to the front, and this is all pretty straightforward. I have a light here, I have a bed, LCD that I am not using for anything yet, but I could put in like a script for cargo, I guess, maybe. And then I have a shower and a bathroom, in case like you're over there and it takes you a really, really, really long time to, load up everything. So you got a place to sleep, you got a place to do your business. And then also what I have in here is this guy, survival kit. So this way, in case for whatever reason you die when you're outside of this ship, you can respawn in this ship. And then also I named this ship the Expedition because that's kind of what it's for. And then you can see the build and repair units in the windows here. So that's why I put the windows there. These aren't supposed to be painted, but okay. Meh, it's fine. I'm not too worried about that. But yes, we have the large cargo containers here, so we have access to each one individually. We have 2 batteries here. And then we also have another battery up here, and I think it's actually under the bed. And then under here, we have, I know you can't see it, but there's an O2H2 generator there, and that's loaded up with ice as well, so that way we can, get our, hydrogen and oxygen action going on too. But yeah, I mean, it's a really simple design. You can see a little bit of the conveyor work inside of there, build and repair units in there, and then we can look in here on the other side, and that's where the bathroom is, so you can't actually see in there. But yeah, so the survival kit is just on the other side of this wall. And then I've got the vent right here. So, I mean, it's a very simple design. It's not anything like super fancy. I think it looks really good for the size that it is. And we've got plenty of room like up here for doing stuff. I do have an open spot here. And I have an open spot here that I can put something in there if I, want to. So I don't know, like a couch or something, but it kind of up against the wall. I don't know. You could do any number of things, I suppose. But yeah, that's kind of what this looks like. It's pretty straightforward. And then behind these walls here is the large thruster, so that takes up pretty much that whole space. So this is like a pretty efficient use of space, I think. And then if we take a look up here at the top, so we've got the huge thruster here. We've got our gyros up on top along with a beacon, and the beacon is so that way we can transmit ore signals, like you can see the iron down there. So a beacon kind of counts as an antenna, so we can use that to, broadcast, I guess. But yeah, and it's just a really simple, sort of sleek design. I like it. Maybe you guys do, maybe you don't. I don't know. Let me know. And yeah, so it works, which is the most important thing. And then if for whatever reason I need to like stay in one place for a long time, I can set this thing down if it's like really, really rocky, or I can land somewhere flat and just use those things. And then this is heavy armor here and heavy armor here. And then all of this is also heavy armor. And that's that way I can land this thing kind of hard and still not do too much damage to anything. And then, like I said, this is the ore detector on the bottom. And there's the other battery. So yeah, this is the expedition. This is what I'm sort of using. Apart from the missiles inside of one of those large grid drone ship things, I can pretty much scrap the entire thing and then fit all of that in here, still be able to take off and be good to go. If it has all the missiles in there, though, missiles are really, really heavy, so I'm not going to be able to carry it with the missiles. But to give you an idea of just how much this thing can haul, to do that large grid drone thing, whatever, with the small grid platform ship, I probably would have needed 3 or 4 trips. And this can do it pretty much in one if there aren't missiles. So I'd say it's an upgrade. Now this guy here, this connector, isn't going to stay there, obviously. I just needed some place that was relatively open for me to, recharge this thing and also drop off stuff. And then also I had a drone, one of the large grid drones in here. It launched a bunch of missiles in here, blew up a couple of the rotors in here, blew up pretty much this entire corner of the platform. So I had to rebuild that as well, but now it looks like nothing ever happened. But yeah, progress. And then I think I've collected all of the stuff that is kind of around here, I think. As far as like the loose debris and all that other fun stuff, and the ships that are crashed on the mountainside. I think I've got all of that. And there was a piece under here, so I got that one too. I wasn't sure. And yeah, and then also, like I said, the ones that were over there are also all collected, so we're good to go there. I don't know why that other ship like despawned out of there, because I was going to go and get that one next. And it was there for a long time. And because it just didn't want to stick around. It didn't like me, man. Okay. So what we're going to do in this episode is probably continue to work. Looks like that took some damage too. Do I have components? I do not. But I have food, I have water, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm going to grab the platform ship and we're going to head down to the lower bridge area thing. And we're just going to build that out a bunch. And, well, actually, you know what? I could go in there and use that thing to build it, I think. Maybe. So let me just grab a bunch of plate. But yeah, so you can see after getting all of that stuff, got a lot of motors back, so that's good. I have a lot of plates, so that was all from getting those things out of there as well. As far as missiles go, I know that I have a lot, and I picked up a lot. Yeah, 1,064 missiles, so that's really good. We have so much small ammo, this is just ridiculous. And then I should probably carry these things just in case, but me. But yeah, so we have enough arms for defense right now. And now I guess we just gotta build. So let's go ahead and get that going. Now I would have probably done some of this off camera, but I realized that I've actually been doing a lot of work off camera. And that kind of defeats the point of having like a survival playthrough if I'm doing all the playthroughing not on camera. So, alright, so let's drop ourselves down. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I think we can just build straight out from here. No, hopefully this will actually let me build. Oh, another thing that I have to do. Because We took some damage down here from something as well, as you can see. So I have to rebuild this too, and we lost the connector there, so these actually don't have any power right now, which is never a good thing. So yeah, let me hop down here and at least get some power back in here. Let's see, Control G, and then we need... Oh, we already have the pieces. Good. Oh, but I need interior plates for that. Okay. Oh, and I can't access it from here because that's not actually connected. Huh. I wish I could go and get that one up there, but I don't think I can. Thought I saw an enemy. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to grab that. If I had the platform ship, I could probably do that. No, I know I could do that, but I don't. And then, have these things taken damage? No. So it looks like, for the most part, this thing is still intact. As I said, we did take some damage up here on the actual elevator. Okay, so that can go there, and let me grab some interior plates. And yeah, I'm actually gonna need a bunch, well no, I'm not gonna need a bunch, because once I get this thing reconnected, then we'll be good to go. Oh, and then just to look at the expedition kind of from the outside, you know, it's kind of sleek. I know it's dark and you can't really see that well, but is that any better? It's a little better. But yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. So we've got, it's all mostly light armor, except for those bottom parts where it is heavy. But I mean, this thing is not meant to go into any kind of battles. It's just meant to clean up after the battles. All right, so now we've got all of that. All right, so let's hop back down into here. Ooh, slow down. Going a little fast there, bud. I think this was easier to do in first person. Okay. Okay, so it is not letting me build to this grid. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. So, why are you not letting me actually build it? Okay. Alright, and then I need a connector. Hopefully it'll let me get in there with it. Okay, good. It will. Alright, and then we'll throw in... No, 5. There we go. And then how is that one in there? I think that's the same way. Okay, so now with that... Whoops. Kind of getting caught on stuff. Alright, so now we'll hop out here, and then once we connect this, oh, and this probably should have been, is that gonna stay? No, that's gonna lose. Grr. I was thinking I should put in like a conveyor block here, just to kind of keep it all tidy, I guess, but oh well. Okay, and now we can go here, build up these things. Okay, and And then maybe we can sneak down through here. Good. Alright. Now, how far does this have to go over? Okay, so I think this was just supposed to go here. And then also you, sir, aren't supposed to be there. Okay, so then we can build this back over. That's as far as that goes, okay. Alright, so that is sort of, kind of where it needs to be. We have an old hinge there, interesting. Alright, so I know that we gotta be over here somewhere. Yeah, right there, okay. So then we'll bring this over this way. Okay, so that'll hold there. And then I'll run this all the way across. No, just to there, okay. Alright, so that'll work for that, for now. And then for the most part, I don't really need to do too much in the way of building out here. I'm just going to do one side and then I'll just kind of plop out of here and just kind of build it, you know, kind of on my own. I have no idea how far out I have to go, so I'm just going to keep on going. Let me see. We still have to go a ways out. I mean, not too far out, I suppose, but... Did you... How are you... Yeah, so it just lost like the little projection ability. So that's not fun. Okay. So from here, are we roughly where we want to be? I think we want to go out a little bit more. Okay, how about here? Yeah, I'd say that's roughly where I want to be. And then we're going to have our next elevator coming down here. How many plates do I have left? 170? That should hopefully be enough to get down to the ground. Yeah, this ship doesn't like tilting up this far, but it's fine. And then I would say that I could go like this, but then I have no reference of what I'm actually pointing at. So I can't really do it that way, whereas if I have this, at least I have that little circle in the middle. So, yeah. Just makes it more interesting, I suppose. Hey, 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 hey. Come back in. There you go. This is going to be a very, very, very big elevator as well. I don't even know if I'm close to the ground yet. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, I'm 36 meters from the ground. And each of these is putting in, what, 2.5 meters? So we should be nearly there. And we have made it. All right. So that's that. And now we have to build out all the way to this point, which is not going to be fun, by the way. And then this thing is 11 wide. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And now we get to go and waste a lot of steel. And when I say a lot of steel, I mean a lot of steel. Okay, so now I need to figure out where this guy is. There we go. All right, good to go. So this is one of the reasons why I built these things down here, is that way if I do need this thing, I can just park it down here. Kind of, you know, as needed. Okay, so now that I've got that whole thing going all the way out there, putting all of this together is going to be a lot easier. At least I hope it's going to be a lot easier. We'll see. All right. And now this is just going to be like really, really boring, just kind of placing a bunch of blocks. But I have access to everything, so that's always good. And then also armored conveyors. There we go. And then we need this straight. Okay. Actually, is this? No, I think that is 11 wide. And the actual piece here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 13 wide. Oh well. I think I'm going to call this episode Bridge Building. Building bridges. Okay, so another thing that I want to think about over here is some power down here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some alloy plates, because if for whatever reason this thing gets destroyed, or that connection gets destroyed again, I need to make sure that this thing has power so that way the guns can stay on. So what I think I want to do here is, this one isn't going to be as like amazing as the bridge up there that's got like all the different parts and pieces underneath. I do plan on putting something under here, and that's just going to be like a sort of like a park area type thing if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that work or not. Yeah, so I'm going to have like the daily needs fields in there, so that way I can, you know, grow stuff if I need to. And then I'm going to put like a bunch of places where people can sit and put a bunch of the plants in there and just kind of make it like big and airy with lots of glass all over the place. Maybe even have some glass on the floor, so you can kind of see down if you're, you know, not acrophobic. Or no, that's altophobic. Yeah, altophobic. All right, so as far as power goes, though, I think I want to put some turbines up under here. And I don't need to access these things right there, I don't think. So let me just grab some turbines. And this is why I got the alloy plates, because I need those for that. All right, and now, there we go. Okay, so we can put one there. And then, let me see, that's 3 off from here. Well, actually, yeah, let's do it like this instead. And then, sorry guy, I gotta take you back down. I just gotta center it. It's gonna bother me if I don't. Okay, so let's try this again. Number 7, and there we go. So that is centered kind of in the middle of the block, which is where I want it. And then we'll put this one under here. There we go. So now we have some power generation down here, which will be good. All right, and then the odds that something is going to shoot those down is pretty minimal. And those should give me somewhere between 500 and 600 kilowatts each. So it should work out quite well, I think. And it's at least going to be like more than enough power than what I need for this little section here. Now, as I build out until I get to that little park section that I'm going to put under there, I'm going to keep on with the turbines. That way I just have just a lot of generation under here. And then you're driving over the top of it, so you're never going to actually see it. Okay, so let's take a look at turbines. And then 12, 13, and 14, I think, are the ones that I just placed. So we're getting 524, 496. Oh yeah, because that one's... Wait, what? I'm not actually sure. Meh. I could show on HUD. Is that... Yeah, that one. Okay, so that one's at 100%, so that's good. So it is those three. Okay, so turbine 14, do not show on HUD. Okay. And now we just gotta keep on building. Okay, so let me think. We need that there, and then we need that there. And then we need another one of these there. And then also the spacing that I have in here will allow me to place things under here. And then I don't remember how I had it up there. Was it every 4? Was it build and repair unit? B and R 1 lower bridge. Or would this be the middle bridge? I don't know. We'll call it middle bridge. All one word, middle bridge. Okay. And then we'll do that every 4, I think. And I think that should get a good enough overlap. Oops. Okay. And then we'll be nice and covered for whatever it is that we need to do. We got an unknown signal coming out there. And then if I need to, I can branch off of here to put in more Gatling turrets if they're needed. You know, I just thought of something. What if instead of building the little park to fit directly under here, so that way it's just a long and narrow park, what if I actually flared it out on either side? So that way you can get like sunlight in some parts and just have like the whole thing be, you know, grassy maybe? I don't know how well that's gonna work. And I certainly don't know if I can actually put anything with grass in there. I'm guessing probably not. But it would be cool if I could, right? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we gotta go. Okay, so then we're gonna need one of these to go here, the other one there, and then a build and repair system to go here, like that. Okay, so hopefully we're within range of those guys. That is a lot of meteors. That is a lot of meteors. Yeah, it looks like we shot down most of them, so that's good. Okay, and then that guy, once it gets built, we'll set that to turn on. Actually, we could probably turn it on right now and then just set the other things later. Okay, good to go. And then we can modify this. Okay, so B and R2 middle bridge. And then this thing needs to be in fly mode. Grind if weld gets stuck. Okay, so that should be good. And that'll help build this a little bit faster, which is good. My assembler is probably working overtime right now. I feel kind of sorry for it. But I did put, I took the power modules off of there and I put speed modules because I think we have enough power generation now that we can actually cover the ridiculous amount of power that that thing takes now. And then another thing that I want to do in here is to build some sort of a support system under here so it's a viaduct instead of a bridge. But I don't know, I still have to figure out a design for that. I'm not quite sure, but we'll figure something out. All right, and back at it. Okay, so that just went there, okay. So that goes there, and we do that there. Okay. And to give you an idea of just how many steel plates that I'm putting in right now, each row of this 3 sets of blocks, so that's 3 by 13, which is 39, and then multiply that by 25, and let me see. My brain is not working right now. Hang on, calculator to the rescue. Okay, so 39 times 25, so that's 975 plates for each row here, and we can take 75 off because of the 3 of these in the middle, but those take, you know, plates as well, and they actually take more plates. So it's like close to 1,000 plates for every 3 that we go out here. It's over 1,000 plates for every 3 that we go out here. So a little ridiculous, but meh. Part of the game, right? And then it'll also give me an opportunity to use up all of the iron that I've got stored up. What did I have, like 500,000? It was like ridiculous. And that's just from all the scrap I've been picking up. Okay. So we are still slowly making our way, which is good. And then we did 1, 2, okay, so that's got to go with the weird piece in there. Weird piece, by weird piece I mean junction. This is like how like things go in my head. Like I don't think of like what things are actually called. I give them like weird names. It's like, oh yeah, that weird thing, or you know that thingy-mabob over there, or something like that. So that's how my brain actually works. And we are out of steel plate. Have I used up all the plate? No, I have not. Wow. Okay. Okay. And then this gets those. And I almost fell off the bridge because I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Oh, man. So yeah, this is what it takes to build very large things in Space Engineers. It's a lot of very boring, Very repetitive work. Okay, so now we need to go. And then how many of these have we had since the last build and repair unit? Okay, so that's build and repair, so 1, 2, okay, so 3. So this one gets that, and then the next one will be a build and repair unit. Ooh, that is not what I needed there. Whoops. Yeah, so sorry, this is not the most exciting video. But it is part of the process. And it is what we have to do, so as much as I'm actually sitting here actually doing the boring repetitive stuff. Did I just put that in the wrong place again? No, I didn't. Okay. Seeing things. Okay. And then we put in a build and repair unit. Yes. Okay. Good to go. And that'll work there. Turn that on, and then also, no, I wanted to go into there and modify that. Thank you. B and R3 middle bridge. Okay, and now we can go into here, put this into fly mode, grind if all to get stuck, and good to go. So I mean, we've made a lot of progress on here so far. I mean, just think, we were just barely out past here, I think is where we were. And now we're like way out there, so I mean, we're making a lot of progress. It's a very slow but steady, I don't know, thing that we got going on here. Okay, and then that needs interior plates apparently. Okay. And we're actually almost out to where our elevator's got to be. Okay, so I do want to go out here and count, because we're going to need an 11 by 11 space for the elevator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so then this next one needs the block. Okay. So, and then this space here will be for the elevator. At least I hope that's how it's going to work. We'll see. Now, some of you might be suggesting that I put together some sort of a projection to kind of build this. It's a good idea. The question is, how do I get the original projection? Like, how do you take just like a piece of something instead of like the entire grid? I don't think that's something that you can do in Space Engineers, at least not to my knowledge. If you can take like sections of a grid and just, you know, make a projection out of that, let me know how to do that, because that would actually help out a lot. But considering that we have to set all of this stuff kind of, I mean, I would have to build something that's not connected to the grid, then make a projection to it, and then put the projection on the grid in order to build it. So that would be kind of tedious, I suppose. Especially since once the projection is done for the piece that's not on the grid, then I would either have to disassemble it afterwards or find some way to integrate it into the grid. And I'm just thinking of something that Splitsy did in... Oh, speaking of, shouldn't he have a video coming out soon? I'm gonna have to check. I want to see how his bridge is going. But yeah, so I was watching his video. This was last weekend, I believe. And he built his bridge in like sections, right? So he had a large ship with a magnet thing, but then he also had the mod for those like little welding pads. And like, I'm sure that I could probably find that mod and, you know, install it. And I think I found one, but it turned out that the mod didn't work very well. And it was causing like issues on load up or something. So I ended up not using it. But if I can find the one that he is using and then maybe use that, then that could be a viable option for building like sections of the bridge. Maybe. Possibly. But then I would need some sort of vehicle to actually carry it. And those sections can be quite heavy. So I'm not sure how I would do that. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I don't want to make like too many large grid vehicles if I don't have a place to put them yet. And that's what that place down there is going to be, is it's going to be like a lot of large bays for large ships, so I can park those down there. And then that's going to be kind of like the hotel and bar area, so like smaller ships can go in there, park in the garage or whatever, spend a night at the hotel, you know, have a drink or three at the bar. And then down here is going to be like, for me, like I'll probably still put some, you know, fun stuff in there, but it's going to be mostly for me. So it's going to be a lot of storage, bunch of outbuildings maybe. I don't know. We'll figure something out. And then, so it's going to be kind of like the base of the mountain base, just up here. So it's like the middle bridge base, which is basically the base of the mountain base. And then, so we have the large pipeline going from the hydro mine to the base of the mountain base. And then the idea here is that we're going to get a bunch of rovers, I guess, and throw some hydrogen tanks, like large hydrogen tanks, into the back of those things and actually, you know, drive through this whole thing, like take the elevator down, drive down this bridge, take this elevator down, drive through the little middle bridge base or whatever, and then go out to that bridge or that elevator, take that one down. Or maybe I'll build like a road kind of going down the side of the mountain. I'm not sure yet. But as you can tell with the side of this mountain though, like drones are the problem. If I do make just like a normal road, like cutting through the side of the mountain like I did, you know, right there, if drones decide to plow into it or fall down on top of it, then it's going to destroy the road. And the only way that I can fix it is either via a mod, which I did install just in case, and that has, where is that? Is that Dummy Industries? Yeah. So that's the drill system. So with this, provided I have, you know, the stone or whatever, I can actually build like a flat area. I just have to like specify it, and then it'll just, you know, spit all the stuff out and kind of fill it up. So with that, I can like maintain roads maybe, you know, just in case like things, oh, that's where it was. Okay. In case things do like destroy the road, I will have a way to sort of repair it. But the problem with that is I'm going to need all of the resources to actually fill that area, so that's going to be interesting. Hello? I'm like, why aren't you letting me access you? Okay, so... Ooh, we are running low. We are running very low. Okay, so that means just the standard going all the way through. But yeah, so that's a thing that I can do. Another thing that I was kind of thinking of doing, it would be like really, really cheaty though, is build a small grid ship like that, and then put the drill and fill system on there and have it only drill like uranium, platinum, you know, like the more rare ores, and then I'll just drive over all of these craters and stuff, and then it'll just drill out, you know, the stuff that I need out of there. So it'll allow me to kind of collect all of the resources that are kind of spattered around here. But like I said, that is like kind of cheaty because, well, I mean, it's not any more cheaty than I suppose the drill and repair system, or the build and repair system, I should say. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But for now, we are almost done with this section of the bridge. So I want to make sure that we at least get that part done, and then I think that is the build and repair system there. So then we got 1, 2, okay. So then this one needs to be a junction as well. Okay. And then the next one will be a build and repair system, which I think will actually work out quite well because it's basically right next to the elevator. Ooh, whoops. Sorry. Wasn't supposed to go there. Okay. And we'll put that there. Okay. Okay, so then this one gets the build and repair system, and I need another interior plate. Alright, so that can go there. And then we need this guy to go there. And then, let's see, so this is going to be BNR4, I believe. Middle bridge. And then we'll just turn that guy on. I think that's the fourth one. Okay, we are almost at the elevator. And then this gets these. Okay, and we have just 2 more left. Good. Okay, so we're gonna need the straight here, and then we're gonna need a curved. Okay, something like that, I believe. Yes. Okay. It's just making sure that it wasn't the corner one. Okay. And then as far as placing these, I'm probably going to need to use the ship. So, oh man, it's a lot of building. And then as long as I'm here, there we go. I'm going to grab some more alloy plates, but first, B and R, middle bridge 2, 3, 4. Okay, so middle bridge 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good to go. So that is labeled correctly. And then alloy. And then I also have to figure out where I'm going to put the park under here. So that'll be something interesting as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get off of here. All right, so I think I'm going to build the part down by the elevator first. And then I'll do the turbines. All right. And of course it's being dumb. Why are you not letting me place the blocks? Okay. I know we don't have to go out too far. I might have... Okay, no, I didn't go out too far. Okay, good to go. And then we'll go down on this part here. I feel like I have to sneeze. What did I just hit? The X button? Whoops. We still have to go down quite a ways. Ooh, back up. Okay, 81 to go. So that's what, like another 30 something blocks? Oh, whoops, too far. Okay, and then it's just 10 blocks from here. No, 20 blocks from here. And touchdown. Alright, good to go. Look at this huge crater down here. This is ridiculous. Okay, so the elevator will be landing in there and then shooting out that way, which is pretty much right where we want it. Alright, so now I just have to wait for the rest of this thing to build. And then also I have to figure out roughly where the middle of this thing is. And I'm going to say it's probably even with that build and repair unit right there. No, maybe it's over here. I don't know. Maybe it's like in between these two. It's like kind of like in here. So like where the bottom of the block is, that's roughly the middle, I think. So we can, I guess, go down here and mark it out. maybe. Okay, so we'll put that there. And then we'll put this here. And that should give us a decent marking of roughly where the middle of this thing is. And then I can have those come down there and be like, act sort of like columns, I guess. And I'm out of steel plate. Okay, well that should be good enough for what I need. Okay. So we'll call that good for now. And now I just have to wait for the build and repair units to finish building everything, which is gonna be interesting. Hello? There we go. All right, good to go. You don't have to keep going crazy there, bud. And I don't have anything for the thrusters, so it's just gonna have to keep going crazy. Okay, so I suppose now I need to figure out where I want to put in some more defenses. And then this is actually doing a pretty good job of getting built. Actually kind of impressed. All right, so let me see. Yeah, so you can see with the speed modules on there, like we are pumping out plates very, very quickly. I want to say it's probably about 20 per second. So that's like for every second we're building another one of these things, which is nice. Okay, so as far as building this goes, I'm going to use kind of the same method I used for placing all of those things to actually build the rest of the elevator walls. And so what I mean by that is we're going to get this thing to kind of sit up here and hook onto wherever it needs to hook onto. And then we're going to build a platform out here. And then as we extend the pistons down, we can build under and sort of build down as we go. And then we'll find like our next little hooks to hang on or whatever, connect there, and then push ourselves down even more. And eventually we'll get down to the bottom. That's going to be definitely an interesting process. Don't know how well it's going to go. We'll find out. But I do know that I want to leave a little bit of space. So like how I did with that one up there, I do have extra space side to side. And then I think front to back, I have a half block in there. And then it's just covered over with catwalks. And then I think I did the same thing. No, I didn't do the same thing over on that side. But I don't know. We'll figure something out. So this doesn't actually push all the way up against the edge. And you can kind of see, light kind of through there on the side and kind of through there on the side too. So we're going to kind of do that sort of a thing. And it's going to be interesting to do. And then we can extend this down as we're going and build our build and repair units as needed. So that should work out well. And yeah, so an entire episode dedicated to building a bridge. Eesh. I'm just going to apologize ahead of time. But yeah, so if you guys did manage to stay with me for all of this, for one, thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, at least a little bit. Hopefully you weren't bored out of your mind. Yeah, we'll get to it some more on the next one. I might do some work off camera. I might not. I don't know how I feel yet. So we'll just have to kind of figure it out. But we are making progress. So I'm pretty happy with that. So, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, I hope you'll join me for the next one. And I will see you then. Have a good one.